Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Jaywalker, back down here in my creepy basement for another ghost story for a Saturday. Today, it's been a while since I've uploaded any of my own personal stories, mainly because, over the last 6+ months, really hasn't been a whole lot going on. Last couple of months, though, that's maybe 6 weeks, things have ramped up a little bit. Or at least there's been some activity here in our house. Today's episode, the Field of Dreams, or maybe the Flower Garden of Ghost Stories. Thanks for joining me. Let's get jaywalking. So first experience for today's stories would have been middle of July, maybe beginning of August. Making my older daughter, who was hanging out with me, 13, maybe 14, my younger daughter, who was also there, 9. And so sitting in the family room with my daughters, hanging out on the couch, watching some YouTubes. And as I'm sitting there, there was this overwhelming smell of lilies. They're not a flower that I necessarily completely like, but the smell wasn't horrible. Some nicer smelling lilies. And about the time that I recognized, I'm smelling, it's lilies, gone. 3 minutes later, sitting there on the couch with my daughters, again, pungent smell of lilies, and gone almost as quickly. Happened again less than 3 to 5 minutes later. Again, smell of lilies, gone, didn't happen again. Nobody else smelled it, nobody else in the room. I know it's extremely personal experience, but think someone was visiting. Now, I can't necessarily attribute that to anybody. I can't think of anyone, on my side, my wife's side, that was necessarily, had a link with lilies, but I think someone was there hanging out with us and visiting us and letting us know that they were there. Second experience, a few weeks later, week and a half, 2 weeks later, I was outside watering our little vegetable garden. And my wife was home at the time. I was the only one outside. Wife's home, kids are home. And all of a sudden, as I'm watering, I hear someone calling my name. Now, I originally thought it was my wife. Voice sounded muffled, like it was coming from inside the house, which is where my wife was at the time. And so originally I thought it was my wife, Okay, kind of sounded like her. And so I'm like, I'll finish up and go see what she needs. As I'm sitting there, I hear it again. And just as I was finishing up, I kind of go turn off the water, kind of hustle inside. Hey, what'd you need? What do you mean? She says, didn't you just call me? No. So yeah, it was very strange. I was outside, there was, car traffic, but all of a sudden even that seemed not quite as noisy as I heard this. Clear as day, somebody calling my name. Now, just, a couple weeks ago, we commemorated, not necessarily celebrated, but it was the 3-year passing of my wife's mother. I honestly think it could have been her. There was there's always this kind of running thing that, you know, my wife and mother-in-law sounded quite a bit alike on the phone. Which they did to some degree. Maybe that was it. Coming, you know, my mother-in-law coming in to check in on us. So neither of these particular experiences left me with any sort of panic or dread or, oh, holy cow, what was that? Like the voice on the stairs experience. I'll leave the link to that video down in the description of this one, or, you know, with the straight up sense of wonder, like my deja vu episode where, you know, I had a long premonitive dream. It's the deja vu episode. I'll link that in the description as well. But, you know, they happened at, you know, real clear as day on both of these. Thanks for joining me today. Join me again on the next Jaywalk. We'll see you soon.